Welcome back to Soaring with the Saints. My name is Colton Hall. I'm your host, and today we've got joining us head men's basketball coach Jeremy Reigle. Thanks, Coach Reigle, for joining us.
Yeah.
So to kind of start things out with, you guys were picked last in your preseason polls, and as the season went on, you guys kind of had a Cinderella story. You guys ended up winning a share of the conference with Bellevue. I guess my question is, what happened? What went into that?
Well, just a really special group led by returning seniors, Coach Reigle and Michael Dees. Did a great job coming back from last year from a difficult year and set a great tone for us. And the rest of the conference didn't know exactly what we had coming in, and obviously our return was really good. We brought in some really good players as well, and everybody just kind of came together. And credit to our guys coming together and doing things the right way and really playing hard all season.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned it just kind of now, one of the guys, you brought in some good players. One of those guys to me was Devonta Brooks, who came in. He played with Coach Reigle, at another college, and he came here.
Yep.
And he's a little bit of a late addition, but he really came on strong for you guys.
Yeah, he was a huge addition that semester there. Right in late December, joined us and added obviously some depth at our 5 spot. He was a guy who played multiple positions, but came in and played the 5-man for us and defended, rebounded, and did some things on the offensive end as well. So a guy we initially hoped we'd have all year long. Obviously didn't get him till late, but we're certainly glad we had him late than never. So great addition second semester.
Mm-hmm. And when you're looking at the stats, obviously Coach Reigle, as you kind of mentioned him, he was first team all-conference selection. He was honorable mention All-American. Had a heck of a season for you. But you're looking at the stats, and everybody contributed majorly. I don't think there was a clear cut. Usually with every team, there's somebody that has 10, 11 rebounds, but everybody on your team averaged almost 7 rebounds a game. Talk about just the fact that everybody had a part in it.
Well, that's a big thing we do on the defensive end. You can play great defense, but if you go offensive rebounds, you got to play defense again. So our guys bought in the defensive end rebounding. We're number 1 in the nation in defensive rebounding this year. So that was a big key to our defensive success. And then the offensive end, offensive rebounding is part of our offense. And our guys bought into that with particularly Mike and Tay and Quad and those guys did a really great job of crashing on the offensive end. Our guards got into that too as well. Vincent Eugene and Jalen Guidry and those guys. Tate Meyer, Sean Shuring, all those guys from the guard position had a good job. Good job of rebounding as well. So it was a true team effort on the rebounding side.
Yeah. Also you kind of mentioned a bit about Lawless, but also another guy that kind of came through was Mike Diaz. What about those two? Them both being seniors. What about this season made the fact that you guys won the conference and everything? What about that made it just more special for you guys?
Well, they're very deserving of those honors, being in all conference, and with their attitude was the biggest thing, and their work ethic, and not only just controlling what they did, but also working to control and get everybody else on the right page for the rest of our team. They were very deserving after the last year to come back and respond with their mindset and attitude to bounce back and have a year like they had this year.
And obviously, I think this is one of the best coaches, or one of the best things you had as a coach. What about this year made it just more special? Just with the group that you had.
Yeah, just great guys, really unselfish. Jalen Guidry, our point guard, was an extremely unselfish point guard. When your point guards have the ball in his hands a lot of times, you want somebody that's going to be unselfish and making the right plays, and he's an extremely high IQ guy that made the right plays and got everybody involved. It started with him, and that kind of went around with everybody. The egos, there's no issues with that. Everybody just kind of played their role and played hard, and whether you played 2 minutes or 30 minutes, you're going to play hard and compete. So just a really fun group on and off the floor.
I know maybe for you, kind of to ask some of the other guys this, but what was a favorite memory for you? Whether it was you won the conference or whatever it is, but what was one of the favorite memories that came from your perspective?
There's several. Obviously, that kind of, I guess we started at the beginning of the season. Just some good road trip stuff that was fun. We kind of all talked about going back to that Iowa trip where beating the Shawnee State team was a really big game for us and a really big win, and that was an emotional time for me personally. That was a fun game. And then moving on from there, obviously, game winner against Dickinson State, Elijah Coleman had some big-time shots for us this year. And that first conference game, hitting that over Dickinson State. And then obviously beating Bellevue at home to at least clinch a share of that conference title was a pretty special moment for all of us.
Yeah.
So great, a lot of great moments and a great season.
You kind of mentioned, beating Shawnee State University. They were an upper D1, I think, NAIA school. And I talked to Coach Reigle about that game, and he said he felt that was the game that really turned around your guys' season. Do you agree with that?
Yep. I think we took some big time charges in that game that were kind of momentum changers, where maybe they could go on a run or we'd go on a run, we'd step up and take a charge. For whatever reason, our guys were really bouncy that weekend. We had some guys getting dunks, so that was pretty fun. Quadri had some incredible dunks in that game. Elijah had good dunks. That was a really fun game. Again, that was a really good team, a really big team that we had to just really come together, especially being down 10 at halftime. It was kind of a defining moment of where we're gonna, sit back and pout because we're down 10 and give up. We're gonna keep battling, and we really fought that second half. So that was a special game for sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's like a favorite dessert that you have?
Favorite dessert? My wife makes this stuff called blueberry pie bars.
Oh.
And it's pretty hard to beat that with a glass of milk.
Do you have a favorite movie of all time, maybe that you have, or?
Favorite movie? Any one of those basketball movies are great. Glory Road, Hoosiers, Coach Carter, those are all really great movies.
What about, do you have like a favorite music artist or a favorite type of genre? Like, what's your favorite type of music?
I'm getting old. I don't know. I used to listen to a little rap, little country, little stuff. Now I mainly stick to old K-Love, the Christian radio station, and these guys get in my truck know that I'm really old. I got talk radio on quite a bit. So yeah, nothing musical wise. That's probably my favorite.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I had for you. I really thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This has been another edition of Soaring with the Saints. Again, I'm your host, Colton Hall. Thank you for joining us.